Hi, Mommy. Just when you felt like you got this whole breastfeeding thing figured out, now you're going to be returning to work while breastfeeding. Don't let it scare you because you got this, Mommy. Today we're going to go over preparing to go back to work, pumping when you get there, and how to maintain your milk supply. Are you ready? Let's go. Hi, Mommy. My name is Mary Cahill, and I'm a certified lactation counselor. I help mommies like you to be confident and successful in their breastfeeding journey. Now, there's some things you need to think about and do to prepare to get back to work while you're still breastfeeding. I know there's going to be some questions and a little anxiety and fear. So if you have some of those fears, go ahead and let me know. And if you have any questions, I'll try to get back to you just as soon as possible. But hopefully these things will help you to be a little more confident in getting back to work. You can do this. When you're preparing to get back to work, you want to start with giving baby a bottle. A week or two before you start back to work, if possible, start giving baby a bottle just once or twice a day. If baby won't take that bottle from you, then they'll probably take it from someone else. Sometimes mom needs to completely leave the house for baby to take that bottle because they know that you're in the house. When your caregiver gives baby the bottle, if the baby's gotten really upset, super hungry before they give the bottle, sometimes baby will be so hangry that they're not going to take a bottle because they want mom. So have your caregiver get to baby before they get to that point to offer the bottle before baby's like really seeming super hungry. That'll usually help. The next is your freezer stash. We hear a lot about preparing a freezer stash for going back to work. A freezer stash needs to be for an emergency use only. So an emergency would be if you had to be out of town unexpectedly, or if you were on medication that wasn't compatible for breastfeeding. Those would be emergencies. You have the emergency freezer stash with the idea that you're never going to actually use it unless it's an emergency. If you build up that freezer stash for the thought and plan of using it while you're back to work, that's going to lower your milk supply. Now, if you know that you won't be able to pump when you get back to work, then build that stash up, use it when you get back to work, but just know that when it's gone, and it will go quickly, that you'll need to supplement to keep up your milk supply. Even on the weekends, baby will need a supplement. After a few weeks, your milk supply will go down and baby will need a supplement during the day. So keep that in mind. Emergency use only for the freezer stash if you want to continue exclusively breastfeeding. Next, you'll want to talk to your employer. Find out when and where you'll be pumping your breast milk. By federal law in the U.S., you are allowed reasonable amount of time to pump your breast milk. If that time goes over your allowed break time, your employer doesn't have to pay you, but they have to allow you that time to pump. They also must allow you a place to pump other than a bathroom, and it has to be a place where no one will walk in on you. They have to let you pump until baby is 1 year old. Now, some states have some great added laws where you have to be allowed to pump until baby's 18 months old, and some states say that they have to provide you a refrigerator and a sink, so check your individual laws. A business may be exempt from this law if they have less than 50 employees and if they can prove that it would be a hardship on their business to allow you to pump at work. And they have to go before a judge to request the exemption, and most judges won't approve it. Then for your care provider, you want to be sure that they understand how to safely handle your breast milk. I have a video, breast milk storage, that you can check out right here. Also, it's very important that your care provider uses paced feeding when feeding your baby. That means they're going to pace how fast baby gets the bottle. If you're unfamiliar with that, you can check out my video on paced feeding right here. One last thing you'll want to do before returning back to work is to check out if your milk has high lipase. Lipase is a natural occurring enzyme in your milk, but if there's a little bit extra in it, it can make your milk taste and smell funny. It smells like soap or like tin, and some babies don't like the smell. It won't hurt them, but some don't like the smell. So it'd be important to know beforehand. The way you do that is to refrigerate some and smell it in a few days, or even freeze some and smell it after a month and see if it has a funny smell to it. I have a video on high lipase if you'd like to learn more about that. I'll link it right here. When you pump at work, you need to be pumping at least as often as baby eats and at around the same times. This way, baby will receive the freshest milk the very next workday, and it will keep your milk supply up where it needs to be. Anytime that baby receives a supplement, that will start to decrease your milk supply. If it were occasionally, it probably wouldn't hurt, but on a regular basis, it would start to lower your milk supply. Now, a freezer stash is considered a supplement. If it came out of you more than 24 hours earlier, then your milk supply is going to start to go down. Now, some people have jobs that they just can't pump at work. I have teachers and nurses that just can't get away for a break. Be sure to still talk to your employer and see if you can get a break, but sometimes it's just not possible. Or you may not want to pump while you're at work, and that's totally fine too. It's not an all or nothing thing. You can supplement during the day and still feed baby from the breast morning and night. Some moms don't respond well to a pump, so there's a couple of tricks you can do. You can bring a little blanket of babies and smell that. That may help. Or look at a picture or a video of baby. Also, if you cover the bottles that you're pumping into so that you're not watching them fill up, that can add a little bit of extra stress if you're watching how much milk is going into those bottles. You'll definitely want to sustain your milk supply when you come back to work. But I want to warn you that sometimes moms feel like their milk supply has dropped when it really hasn't. You may have been able to pump 5 or 6 ounces out at one point, and now you're only pumping 3 ounces. And that's an average pumping. So don't let that make you think that your milk supply has dropped. Anytime a mom uses a breast pump instead of baby directly at the breast, it's really important that she understands the 3 keys. So the 3 keys are moving milk out of you, moving milk often, and stimulation. Stimulation is the part most often missed. A pump can just not stimulate like the baby can. The pump doesn't move the same as baby's mouth. Plus, baby's saliva is absorbed into your breast, telling your body to make more milk. There's just a lot going on that baby does that a pump cannot. So to get that stimulation part in, you can add massage, a lot of massage. You'll want to massage your breast before you pump and massage firm and your whole breast like as if you were going to get a massage from a masseuse. You can also, anytime you go into the bathroom, even just through your shirt, massage your breast just throughout the day. Just do some firm massage just to keep that stimulation going. Also, you can put warm compresses in while you're setting your pump up. That will help you to have a letdown sooner. If you don't have warm compresses at work, you can put a Ziploc baggie with a warm washcloth in them and put those in your bra just while you set up your pump. That will help a lot. Also, you can add some stimulation just by, when you're at home, letting the shower water run directly on your breast to keep that stimulation up, that massage, that working, that stimulation. If you want to know more about the 3 keys, I have a video on 3 keys to increase my milk supply. That would be a good one to watch. If you're having trouble pumping milk, hand expressing is great. Hand expressing can remove more milk at a shorter amount of time once you get the hang of it. It adds the stimulation that the pump doesn't add, so it helps to keep your milk supply up also. It's important to know how to hand express because if you ever forgot at home a pump part or you were someplace away from your pump, you need to know how to remove the milk. It does take a lot of extra time at work to set up your pump parts and wash them after each pumping session. A lot of moms will just take a Ziploc baggie and put their pump parts in after they pump, refrigerate that, and then at the end of the day, just wash them once. You also want to be sure that you change your pump parts often. They do wear out. So check your specific pump and the manufacturer's directions to how often you need to change the pump parts. It can be very difficult to pump at work. I have moms who are nurses or teachers that just don't get a regular pumping break, and it just becomes too much for them to pump at work. And that's okay. It's not an all or nothing thing. You can supplement during the day and still nurse baby when you're home. You have to do what works out best for you and your baby. Are you already back to work? If so, how's it going? If you have any questions, let me know and I'll try to get back to you just as soon as possible. I hope this video has been super helpful for you, Mommy. If it has, can you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel? If you'll hit the little bell icon, then you'll be notified when my next video comes out. Thanks a lot, Mommy. You got this.